everybody, this is Claudia and Bob at the Easton Apiary. Today is July 5th, 2021. It's about 90 degrees in the shade, and we last looked in here on June 23rd, so it's been about a week and a half. Our goals today are to check the overall health of the hive, see what's going on in box 4, and to test for mites. It's too hot to treat, even if we do find beyond the acceptable level. But once we know whether we have to treat or not, we can plan by looking at the weather to see when it's cool enough to treat if we need to. All right, so let's take a look here. Last time we were here, we took the feeder off. And it's possible the dearth has started, although in our area there's been a good bit of rain, and in the apiary here, there's thistle all around the hive and bloom, and a lot of others. So we may or may not need to replace the feeder today. We've got some bees on the inner cover, not a tremendous amount, but enough. We'll take the small hive beetle trap off. We don't see any running around. This needs to be refilled, but I don't see any beetles in there. So we'll refill that before we close up today. As I said, I want to take a quick look and see what's going on up here. This will also tell us if we should feed or not. And from what I can see, before I take the frames out, it doesn't look as though there's been too much progress in the last week and a half. So we have a nice
there's
number
nectar
of bees
in there.
Here. There's nectar here?
Yeah, see it?
Okay, yep. Nectar and some pollen.
All right.
Bees are really calm. We smoked the entrance before we opened the hive, but we haven't smoked since. So let's put this aside. Ideally, this will be our super, as it is box 4. And I see a little bit of capped honey here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, some brood also on my side. All right, so we have some capped honey here.
Lots of nectar. And yeah, a little bit
On this side we have some brood.
Little cap brood there.
Yeah, and again, but the frame is drawn, and there's more nectar in here than there was a week ago. Oh my goodness. This next frame is a brood frame. Our queen is a busy girl.
Oh boy, look at that.
All right, and this side too.
Oh, she is a busy.
Yeah. So that's one full brood frame. That's frame number 4, right in the center. This is heavy.
Oh, that's all we have. Look at that.
What do we have here? Honey?
It's a beauty.
Oh my, that's lovely. So strictly speaking, we wouldn't say this is all honey because we had been feeding until a week ago, but this is new. This is a beautiful example of capped honey. Notice how creamy white it is. They lay this in sheets. It's different than the brood cappings. All right, and then the other side, you see the upper third or so is also capped.
They've been busy.
They have been busy. The next frame seems to be a food frame. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, this is all capped too.
That's capped, and nectar on the bottom.
Right, and this other side too.
Oh, that's all capped.
Well,
My
the bottom
goodness.
quarter isn't.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, these girls are working hard.
Uh-huh.
right. This is a wonderful habitat for bees. Thank you, Easton. All right, so all these frames are drawn, and most are for honey
Full of nectar.
and nectar. I'm wondering if we should put a fifth box on today.
I'm saying yeah. Yeah, because they've worked up that whole thing. Look at that.
Yeah, so this is frame 8.
And they're busy on there. Look how many are on there.
Right, this is loaded with bees. So the queen has been up in box 4, which we wouldn't necessarily expect. Is that the queen there? I don't think so. My gloves are stuck. So in here we want to look and see if there's any open frames for the queen to lay. I suspect there aren't any, which may be why she laid in 4. Let's take 3 out. Here's brood. All right. So the inside, there's cat brood. I don't see uncapped. Oh, there's some uncapped larvae right just to the right of center where the cells are open. If you can zoom in on that, Bob, or not. And there's some uncapped brood toward the upside of the frame by the edge where it's open. So we have brood here in all stages. And then on the outer side of the frame, pretty much the same. Capped brood, uncapped brood. I don't see eggs here, but this is good. This would be a good frame to use. Queen's not here, is she? I'm gonna hang this on the side. This is heavy. Fish. Brood. More brood.
Both sides, heavy. My goodness.
That's lovely.
There's a big old drone right there.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah, there's another drone in here.
Big drone there. A few drones in here. What do we got here?
This is loaded with brood also. Yeah, I think certainly they're going to need another box to accommodate.
All the hatch.
Yeah.
It's coming. Okay. Let's go ahead and test.
You want to use this one frame that I pulled out?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll look again to make sure the queen's not there. That's what we don't want to do, is test the queen for mites. So this queen, as you recall, is not marked. For me, the easiest way to spot the queen is by behavior rather than appearance even. Especially on a frame that's got open cells like this, we would expect to see the queen if she's here laying.
All right. Check the other side real quick.
I'm looking at that girl right there in the middle. This might be the queen. I don't know. was somebody who was sort of ovipositing. No, I don't see it. Not her.
No. Too little.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see the other side. No. Not here.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So,
All right. Let's do it.
yeah. I'm still checking for the queen. All right, so what we want to get as many nurse bees as possible, and when you've got a mix of open and closed cells, it's a good chance these are nurse bees. So I'll brush them off into the collecting bucket, then we're going to stop the tape, go over to the table, and I'll sample from there with a measuring scoop that should fit into the mite away cup, test cup. I'll brush the bees from both sides, and then we'll put the frame back in, and that'll be pretty much it for this. So I put a few grains of granulated sugar that I had handy, and also put a couple drops of Honeybee Healthy 1:1 to give the bees something interesting to
Lap up.
think about while they're in here, so they don't fly away as soon as I put the lid, take the lid off. So gonna brush down. Put this back in. And because it's so hot, there's no way that we're going to
Treat them.
treat today, so we can just close things back up. So we put the hive back together. This is the Mite Away Varroa Easy Check Kit, and I already have 70% alcohol in there, more than enough. The basket is already in place. So the bees are in the bucket. What I'll do is tap it a couple times to get them down to the bottom. Open the lid, scoop in. I got a half a cup measuring cup, which should be about 300 bees. And then as soon as I've got bees in this testing cup, I'll put the yellow lid back on, screw it on, and then we can take our time. Okay, that should be enough. It wasn't quite a half a cup, but it was close enough. And these bees we'll put back at the hive. Happy birthday to you twice, in my mind. That was once. Oh, we could sing Happy Birthday to America, but I'll save you that. Hope you had a good 4th. All right, that's more than twice. And I'm looking, I see those red smooth spheres. 1, 2, I think maybe 3. But we have over 200 bees, so we're good. I'll shake it a little more. All right, that should be good. I'm going to have my lovely assistant look here, and maybe you can see. We did this on June 1, so that's just over 4 weeks ago. There were 0 mites last time. I saw 3.
I got 3.
3. And remember, the ratio is 3 mites per 100 bees. So I'm going to dump the bees out and show you how I count them. not that you all don't know how to count, but so I use an old cookie sheet, or not even an old one, a washable cookie sheet. I put white paper towel on. It absorbs the alcohol, and it also provides a good backdrop against the bees themselves. Oh, please. All right, so we can look again from the top, and yeah, it's a clean hive. So I dump them. Forceps work better than anything else I've found to pull the bees, but I literally count them. I put them into piles of 10, and then I count them up. So there's a drone. 4, 5.
Okay, I got 4 here.
4, okay. So we need to count. 1, 2, 3,
Well,
4,
maybe
5,
not.
6,
Maybe
7,
3.
8.
I don't know,
10.
maybe that's just junk. There's really only 1. come to
No,
think.
I saw 3.
Here, take a look.
So truthfully, I'm too squeamish to touch the bees even when they're dead. I think, well. One.
1 for sure.
Yeah, you're right. That's junk.
Yeah, that's just junk. I think we only have 1.
Yeah, there's 1. All right. So anyway, to count, I make piles of 10, and then I make 100, and then I count that way. This way I don't have to really keep track of counting beyond 10. We have at least 250 bees, if not 300 here. And with one mite, we're not worried at all that we have to treat. So it's important that you test even when it's not likely you're going to have to treat or it's too hot to treat. You want to keep the bees healthy, because once they have an explosion of mites, take my word for it, we've lived through it. It's sad, and there's not much you can do to help your hive. All right, we're good for today. Thanks for watching.
See you next week.